Welcome back to Capital Lens. Let's take a clear look at today's top stories. How does an authoritarian system die? As Ernest Hemingway once said, gradually, and then suddenly. Protesters in Iran and their supporters abroad had hoped that the Islamic system in Tehran was in its final phase. But the evidence suggests that if it is weakening, it is still in the gradually stage. The protests of the past 2 weeks point to a major crisis for the system. Public anger and frustration in Iran have appeared on the streets before, but the latest protests have come after military and economic blows inflicted on Iran by the United States and Israel over the past 2 years. During this period, government forces used force against civilians, as a result of which the recent protests, as is evident, have now subsided. Although the Iranian system is under severe pressure, the evidence suggests that it is not close to collapse yet. Iranian officials say they have arrested 279 people accused of being linked to subversive organizations connected to Israel and the United States. According to a report published on the Telegram account of Iran's state broadcaster IRIB, the chief of Iran's public security police, Faraja, announced the arrest of 279 troublemakers. During the protests of recent weeks, Iranian authorities accused the United States and Israel of creating instability in the country and labeled the protesters as rioters. Donald Trump is hardening his language against Iran's leadership, while he and his national security officials are also considering possible military options. For several days, he has been issuing threats of military action, saying that the United States is ready and fully armed. However, it is unclear how far he is willing to go, or what he means when, in a single social media post, he tells protesters that help is coming and to remember the names of the killers and oppressors, while also saying that these people will pay a heavy price. The president has several options. He could order airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear program, which the United States struck in June, or he could target ballistic missile sites. Smaller or more limited options could include cyber attacks or actions against Iran's security institutions that are using violence against protesters. Iran has warned that if attacked, it would be forced to respond by targeting U.S. military installations in the region. President Trump has also threatened to impose a 25% tariff on countries that do business with Iran. However, it is unclear how this would be implemented, and the White House has not issued any official statement on when or how such tariffs would be enforced. Although many questions remain unanswered about possible U.S. actions in Iran, it appears that Donald Trump is prepared for some form of direct intervention. Trump is currently visiting a factory in Detroit. When reporters asked him whether he had advised U.S. allies to leave Iran, Trump replied, "I think they should leave." He added, "That's not a bad thing." It should be noted that Trump had written on the social media platform Truth Social, addressing the Iranian people, "Iranian patriots, keep protesting. Take control of your institutions. Remember the names of the killers and oppressors. They will pay a heavy price." Reporters asked U.S. President Donald Trump what he meant by his recent Truth Social post in which he told Iranian protesters that help is coming. Trump replied, "Sorry, you'll have to figure that out yourself." The president is currently in Detroit, Michigan, where he is scheduled to deliver a speech on the country's economy. The U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee has also addressed the Iranian people through social media. In a post on X, it said, "Iran's supreme leader has massacred your people, made the Iranian currency one of the weakest in the world, and squandered your country's resources." The statement ends with the words, "Ensure regime change." As we are reporting, President Trump has urged Iranians to continue protesting and has said that help is coming. Iran's security forces have carried out a severe crackdown in recent days, and the US-based human rights activists news agency claims that at least 1,847 protesters have been killed since the start of the demonstrations on December 28, warning that the death toll could be much higher. In response to Trump, Ali Larijani, Secretary of Iran's National Security Council and a senior advisor to Iran's leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, wrote on X, "We announce the names of the killers of the Iranian people. The first name is Trump and the second is Netanyahu." This is not the first time Larijani has reacted on social media in response to Trump. At the start of the protests, on January 2, Trump wrote on Truth Social, "If Iran kills or uses violence against peaceful protesters, as is their habit, the United States will come to their aid." Larijani replied, Trump should know that US interference in this internal matter would mean destabilizing the entire region and damaging America's interests.